This week we are coming out with two interesting webinars. The first webinar is why goal mapping beats chasing return. Here we discuss on the power of goal-based investing. And the second webinar is India versus the world, where to allocate the capital. Here we discuss on our multi-asset PMS product Spear. To join this webinar, click the link below.
Friends, in this video, I'm going to talk to you the topic, what can go wrong with an SIP? An SIP is supposed to be a simple way of investing where month after month, you put money into an investment and ensure that you invest no matter where the market is. But we also see so many articles in the pink papers which tell you that SIPs have failed from time to time. Now, what is this time to time? You take 2 points of time and you compare. Often, both points could be market highs, and that's when everybody wants to know what happened to the SIP. Sometimes it could be a market high and a market low, and at other times it could be a market low and a market high. How you decide these points of reference to compare actually influences your judgment on the success or failure of an SIP. And it also colors your prejudices about whether SIP is good or bad. What really affects an SIP is starting at a high and stopping at a low. I'd like to think that a very large number of investors have done this in market cycle after market cycle. They would start at a high, give up at a low. And the most successful SIPs, the ones that look too rosy, are the ones that start at a low and are reviewed at a high. Now, what really must be understood is what happens when you start at a high and invest right up to the bottom and again back to the high. Generally, if your choice of fund and fund manager is good, and if you do a few things incrementally, you are likely to get the desired outcome from that SIP. You will be noticing a lot of 5-year comparisons in the small cap space because that's supposed to be the most volatile space in the market. And you will also notice that some of these 5-year numbers look not too bad. But come to the 3-year number and you start thinking that it looks great because 3 years back we had a market bottom. So the points of reference matter. You should not take the wrong points of reference and make your investment judgments about your SIP. And you must stay invested till the market hits a high the next time. If you start at one market peak, you need to hang in there. And you need to hang in at the right place. You should not go and buy a space where there has been too much froth in valuation and that excess valuation is not going away through a good part of the next market cycle. If you see why people have not done well even in an SIP of large cap funds, especially those investing in very high quality companies at very expensive valuations, it is this reason. They have started at the wrong time, they invested in the wrong place. Now that's a twin problem and there is no solution to that problem. You should be more careful and invest in a wiser way. You do it the next time. So investors need to see where they are doing the SIP, where they are starting, what they do at the market bottom, how they can increase their conviction from the market bottom to the next top. And all these things will come together to produce the desired outcome. If on the other hand, you start at the top and leave at the bottom, you're going to think that SIP is a waste of time. And if you're too lucky to start at the bottom and review at the top, you should not mistake yourself for an investment genius. You are just lucky to start investing at the right time. These are some of the points that you must remember and ensure that you follow the right investment principles, make the choices which will suit your need, stick to the right funds, and also scale up your SIP in course of your ownership. So Even if you started with the smaller SIP, scale up as you go along so that when the markets are down, when you do the scaling up, that is what I call as a step up and increasing the sum that you're doing an SIP with, that will do wonders for the investment outcome when the markets go back and gain a higher place. These are some of the points which we would like you to remember about SIPs, apply in your investing and take your investing to the next level. Thank you.